Hi, my name is Mariah, and I'm currently a junior ed major with a concentration in kindergarten and primary. So for me, math came fairly naturally to me until about my freshman year of high school when I had to take geometry. My teacher was Korean and had only just moved to the States maybe like a year or so prior to the school year, and so her English wasn't that great. And I think that language barrier made it kind of difficult for her to adequately teach the geometry content. And so whenever I would ask questions or would ask for help, I would leave kind of like even more confused because of the language barrier. And she would often like skip steps when teaching because she would assume it was sort of like common sense. And so I think like a combination of those factors led my confidence in math to dwindle because I didn't learn much that year, and it felt like I needed to fill in gaps from other math classes that I had to take, because I was like constantly, like self-teaching. One specific experience that affected my mathematics was my Algebra 2 teacher that I had my sophomore year of high school. He was very personable, kind, and funny, which made it like easier to approach him about any questions I had about the content. Like he would always like pause and ask everyone if they understood what was being taught before moving on, which was very helpful. And like he would also break down the problems into like smaller steps and give one-on-one help if needed. And I just feel like the overall classroom atmosphere was like light and fun and collaborative, which was like a complete 180 from what I experienced the previous year in geometry. One correlation that I noticed about my teachers and my attitude towards math was that if the teachers did not have like a kind and positive personality, then my attitude towards math was negative. It made me feel like they didn't really care about my success in the class if they made like a big deal about revisiting topics, or if they weren't willing to revisit topics that myself or others were confused on. And yeah, it just made me not want to have like a good mindset about math. And so for my teachers who were happy to review certain units or content, I had like a more positive attitude about math because I had more time to like digest the information, like actually learn from it. How has math affected my career path? I've known for a really long time that I wanted to be an educator. However, when I was weighing my options on what I wanted to go to college for, I considered accounting or economics or something in that realm simply because they make money, or they have the possibility of making a lot of money. So that's the truth. And so one of the things that kind of like deterred me from being one of those majors, because one, I wasn't really passionate about that, and two, I wasn't like confident enough in my math skills to pursue a career that was like so heavy in math, and I didn't want to like set myself up for failure if I wasn't like good enough or intelligent enough to like complete the necessary math courses. So I feel like all of those experiences have made me consider what I can do to make math as least nerve-wracking as possible. My main goal to start with would be to have like a positive mindset about math so that I don't like project any negative feelings onto my students. And I just think that I want to try to make math as like engaging and as structured as possible, because if not, that's when you start to lose students, their interests, and then students will be left feeling like confused or like not confident in their math abilities. And I also want to emphasize to my students that mistakes are part of the learning process, and it's okay to not understand something the first time you try it. It's just important to like keep pushing through and push that struggle. And I also want to be able to like review information so that they don't like forget what they're learning. So maybe like during morning work or something, they could like do review problems or something like that so that the information sticks.